No one expected it. A woman's words will change the course of Chinese history. She is the founding empress of the Sui Dynasty, Dugu Jialuo. Some say that if it weren't for Dugu Jialuo, there would be no great Sui Dynasty in history. February 581 AD, Yang Jian governed 9 months in the palace, forced Zhou Jingdi to abdicate, established the Sui Dynasty. Yang Jian appointed Zhou Jingdi as the Duke of Jian, May of the same year. Yang Jian secretly sent someone to kill Zhou Jingdi, pretended to be shocked, announced the death news. So how did Yang Jian easily usurp the throne of Northern Zhou? The story begins with the marriage of Yang Jian and Dugu Jialuo. 24 years ago, the Shanbei person Dugu Xin set sights on Yang Zhong's son Yang Jian. He wanted to betroth his youngest daughter, Dugu Jialuo, to Yang Jian. That year, Dugu Jialuo was 14 years old. Yang Jian was 17 years old. Yang Jian was a general in Northern Wei to Northern Zhou, one of 12 great generals of Western Wei. Dugu Xin was a renowned general of the Western Wei and Northern Zhou, one of the 8 pillars of state, also known as the most powerful father-in-law in history. His daughter married Yuan Yu, Ming Emperor of Northern Zhou. Enthroned as Empress Ningjin, the 4th daughter is the mother of Emperor Gaozu of Tang. After death, Empress Yuanzhen, young daughter Dugu Jialuo, is Empress of Yangjian, Emperor of the Sui Dynasty. Not long after Dugu Jialuo married Yang Jian, Dugu Xin and Yuan Hu failed in their political struggle, forced to commit suicide. Family members were implicated, exiled territory. The Dugu family subsequently fell into decline, exit from the center of power. The Yang family refused to submit to Yuan Hu. In addition to ties to the marriage alliance with Dugu family, this led to Yang Jian stagnating for 8 years, no promotion. Political struggles, although brutal, but it did not affect the relationship between the couple. The marriage between Dugu Jialuo and Yang Jian spared him from the suffering of infamy. The family's changes made her husband shower her with affection. This couple have mutual affection for each other, a shared ideal of achieving great achievements. When feelings run deep, the couple vows to each other, promise to grow old together, never change one's heart. In the nearly 50 years that followed, the couple walked hand in hand. They had 5 sons and 5 daughters. The year 572 AD, Zhou Wudi, Yuan Yong, suddenly launched a coup, eliminated the powerful minister Yuan Hu. The fate of Yang Jian and his wife met a change. Because Yang Jian had never relied on Yuan Hu, Zhou Wudi specifically invited Yang Jian's eldest daughter, Yang Lihua, the crown princess, for Yuan Yong, the crown prince. Thus, Yang Jian became in-laws with Zhou Wudi. The year 577 AD, Zhou Wudi led 7 armies to attack Northern Qi. Following year, the capital of Northern Qi was captured, also unified the north. Just as he was preparing to unify China, fortunately fell ill, died young. Crown Yuan Unisen's throne. He is Zhou Xuandi. Yang Lihua became empress, but Zhou Xuandi reversed the established system, successively enshrined 4 empresses. Although Yang Jian relied on his status as the emperor's first father-in-law, ascended to the highest levels of power, but little did they expect that this son-in-law was truly fierce and brutal. After he dealt with a large group of royal ministers, set her sights on Yang Jian, and planned to grant Yang Lihua a death sentence. In times of crisis, Dugu Jialuo resolutely stormed into the palace, banging one's head until the forehead bleeds, apologizing to Zhou Xuandi. Only then did the whole family escape disaster. Due to Zhou Xuandi's indulgence in wine and pleasure, following year, he abdicated throne in favor of his eldest son, Yuan Chan. Yuan Chan is Zhou Jingdi. However, Zhou Jingdi was not born to Empress Yang Lihua, May 580 AD. Zhou Xuandi suffered from indulgence, suddenly died unexpectedly. At this time, Zhou Jingdi was only 9 years old. Zhou Xuandi, his death, summoned little imperial clerk Liu Fang, imperial grandee Yan Zhiyi and others. Instructions aftermath. But Zhou Xuandi could no longer speak at this time. Liu Fang, Zheng Yi and others took the opportunity to forge a will, command Yang Jian into the palace and govern. Yang Jian became the highest power center of the Northern Zhou Dynasty. At this moment, Yang Jian faced a life and death decision. He can continue to assist the young Zhou Jingdi, be a powerful minister who holds real authority. It can be an opportunity to take over, change of dynasties. But for Yang Jian, whose foundation was still very weak, the change of dynasties risks and families. How should one choose? Yang Jian was indecisive, but at this critical moment, Dugu Jialuo sent an aide to the palace to deliver a message to Yang Jian. He said it is better to be a powerful minister and lose one's reputation. Why not become the emperor? Change of dynasties. achieved great accomplishments. A single statement from his wife awakened young Jian. He was determined to depose Zhou Jingdi. February 581 AD. After 9 months of helping govern, Yang Jian forced Zhou Jingdi abdicate. Yang Jian declined thrice to accept heaven. The state was named the Sui, the era name Kai Huang. 3 days later, Dugu Jialuo was made empress. 3 months, Yang Jian secretly sent someone to kill Zhou Jingdi. The Great Sui Dynasty officially begins. From then on, Yang Jian went to court. Dugu Jialuo wanted to ride in the carriage together with Yang Jian. When Yang Jian attended court, Dugu Jialuo waited outside the grand hall. Have the eunuchs report to him at any time Yang Jian's handling of political affairs. If he feels that Yang Jian has handled things improperly, let the eunuch convey his thoughts. This action is unlike ruling behind a curtain, but this is outside the hall. Ways to indirectly join military affairs. The ministers found hard to tell ideas belonged to Emperor Wen of the Sui Dynasty. What are Dugu Jialuo's ideas? Some ministers who were good at flattery and ingratiation said to Yang Jian, "The rights of Zhou, wives of officials, are commanded by the empress. Follow ancient customs. It means to have Empress Dugu Jialuo jointly rule with Yang Jian." But Empress Dugu immediately refused to say that a woman should be involved in politics. Disaster comes from this. One cannot open its source. It means that this should never be initiated, although Empress Dugu didn't engage politically. She did not want to step into the spotlight. She only wanted to be a mastermind behind the scenes. So people called him and Yang Jian the two saints. Regarding the governance of the court, Empress Dugu was still quite rational. But by the time of Emperor Gaozong of Tangliji, Wu Zetian directly usurped the throne of the Li Tang dynasty. Dugu Jialuo is extremely rare in the history of our country. The consorts who maintained a strong influence over emperors throughout their lives. It is said that when Yang Jian married Dugu Jialuo, once promised not to take concubines, implement monogamy. But in her later years, Empress Dugu, Yang Jian wanted to find 1 or 2 beauties to add some variety to his life. He tentatively favored the palace maid Wei Qi. Unexpectedly, Empress Dugu, in her anger, killed this woman. Yang Jian felt that his dignity was undermined. In a fit of anger, I ran away from home. Second year Kai Huang, Turkic Khan Shabolua. Under the banner of seeking revenge for the Northern Zhou, Batch troops launch attack on Sui Dynasty, facing the Turkic invasion. Jian split forces 8-way counterattack against the Turkic under the military strikes and divisions of the Sui Dynasty. The Turkic people split into Eastern Turkic and Western Turkic. 4th year of Kai Huang, the Eastern Turkic memorial I your servant. Respect Sui Emperor Wen as saintly Khan Shabolua. Yang Jian was the emperor of the Sui Dynasty and the nominal ruler of the Turkic after eliminating the strong enemy in the north. The year 587 AD. Yang Jian dispatched troops in Jiangling, annexed the Liang kingdom. November 588 AD. Yang Jian mobilized an army of over 500,000 troops, crossing Yangtze River to end Liang kingdom. The last emperor of southern Chen, Chen Shubao, relied on the natural defense of the Yangtze River. Not only did they not make any preparations for battle, instead I find comfort that the royal aura is present here. Unyielding defeat. The second year saw the fall of southern Chen. The year 590 AD, the Sui dynasty pacified the Jiangnan and Lingnan regions. From then on, the entire country was unified again. Ended nearly 300 years of division since the 2 Jin dynasties. After Yang Jian unified the country, to work hard and govern well, abolition of giving surnames. Restore the Han surname. He abolished 9-rank system, replaced it with 5 provinces, 6 ministry system, start exams. Breaking monopoly of aristocratic families. Officials were chosen by merit. He recuperates and rests. Reduced the burden on farmers. Revising the laws ended cruel punishments. He added army into household registry. It is most important reform of the Northern Zhou military system. Kai Huang period. Emperor Wen of the Sui dynasty prioritized rituals, economy, military and culture. Reforms in various fields. Hit Sui Tang dynasties and the development of feudal dynasties for more than 1,000 years. Reign of Kai Huang. Empress Dugu played an indispensable role in this. However, the illustrious reputation of Empress Dugu, in her later years, she made a mistake, provoked Yang Jian to curse Empress Dugu before his death. Ruined my kingdom. During his later years, Yang Jian was ill and recuperated at Renshu Palace. Prime Minister Yang Su, Minister of War Liu Shu, the Yellow Gate attendant, Yuan Yan and others served in the palace. Crown Prince Yang Guang heard Yang Jian was very ill. She began preparing after the death of her father, the emperor. He personally wrote a letter to Yang Su. Inquire about Emperor Wen's illness. After Yang Su wrote down the situation, hand it over, palace servants reply, Crown Prince. A palace maid misdelivered the reply to Yang Jian's quarters. Yang Jian was angry after reading the letter. Later, another event occurred, directly led to Emperor Wen's decision to depose Yang Guang. One morning, Yang Jian's favorite, Lady Xuanhua, disrespected by Crown Prince Yang Guang. Madame Xuanhua ran to Emperor Wen's sleeping quarters. With tears, she said, "The Crown Prince is rude." Yang Jian angrily said, "This beast! How can we entrust the affairs of the state to him?" So Yang Jian summoned Liu Shu and Yuan Yan. Let deposed Crown Prince Yang Yong return. Yang Su was very frightened upon hearing this, quickly informed Crown Prince Yang Guang of this matter. Yang Guang is the second son of Yang Jian and Empress Dugu. Yang Jian crowned. Initially, Yang Yong was established as the crown prince, infirming his second son Yang Guang, Prince of Jin. But Yang Yong was extravagant and indulgent. With the concubine Yun Zhao, 3 sons were born, but she not have a favorable view of the crown princess. The crown prince's east palace has lacked a son. This matter made Empress Dugu very dissatisfied. However, Yang Guang was a very good performer. He knew that his mother was dissatisfied with Yang Yong. Pretend that one has no concubines. In front of parents, he feigned a poor taste in women, humble and cautious. Won the favor of Yang Jian and Dugu Jialuo. Later, Yang Yong's legitimate wife, Yuan Fei, fell ill and died. Prince Dugu, convinced it is Yang Yong and the concubine Yun Zhaoxun, conspired to murder the crown princess. Empress Dugu decided to depose Yang Yong from his position as crown prince. Dugu Jialuo and her second son Yang Guang, slandering Emperor Wen of the Sui Dynasty. In addition, Yang Su deliberately provoked Yang Yong. The young envoy Yang Yong spoke disrespectfully of Emperor Wen. This led to Emperor Wen deposing Yang Yong to commoner, establish Yang Guang as the crown prince. When Yang Guang learned that his father, Yang Jian, had summoned Yang Yong to the palace, he falsely claimed imperial decree. First, arrest the 2, Liu Shu and Yuan Ye, who were summoned, in large prison. Then, they quickly mobilized the guards from the eastern palace to defend Renshu Palace. Prohibit anyone from entering. Then, order Zhang Heng to enter the sleeping quarters of Emperor Wen. Not long after, news Emperor Wen Sui Dynasty's death spread palace. Therefore, people reacted to Yang Jian, the emperor of the Sui Dynasty. There are many different opinions. After Yang Guang ascended the throne, sending Emperor Wen Sui Dynasty edict, forcing Yang Yong to commit suicide. However, the cause of this situation, all related Empress Dugu's decision established the crown prince. 2 years after Yang Guang was made the crown prince, Dugu Jialuo fell ill and passed away. He will probably never know until his death. She was completely deceived by Yang Guang's outstanding acting skills. Yang Guang's lavish sensuality, surpassing Yang Yong in every way. But Dugu Jialuo's decision to establish the crown prince directly changed the fate of the Sui dynasty. Yang Jian's history and that of Qin Shi Huang, another emperor who completed the great task of unifying China. After that, China is about to yingli a glorious and prosperous period.